We've literally had nothing noteworthy on the Switch for a couple of months now, until perhaps now we can finally get our hands on Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered. But is it worth your time and money? Watch on as I'm about to answer the question for you. After the 4 to 5 minutes intro cutscene, you're then thrown into character customization, where you can choose from 4 different tribes, each with their own benefits which you discover as you play throughout the game. Character customization, as basic as it can be, you can choose your tribe, your hair type, gender and hometown. Apart from that, there isn't anything else you can customise. After this, you say goodbye to your hometown family and set off on your quest. Very different to most Final Fantasy games. They usually spend a lot of time on story, but this game is more about combat and the multiplayer aspect, so this didn't really bother me. In regards to what the game is about, you're a traveller. No, not this traveller. And it's your job to travel the world to collect myrrh from your town, as once a year your town's crystal loses their brilliance. So the goal of the game is to find myrrh trees all over the land. However, these trees are blocked by monsters, so that's where the combat comes in. Let's move on to gameplay. Before I quickly move on, you can't enter certain hotspots without matching up elements in your chalice with that of the stream you're trying to pass. These elements are the same as all Final Fantasy games: earth, wind, water and fire. So, gameplay. The combat system is where the game really shines for me. It's not turn-based like a lot of Final Fantasy games, it's action hack and slashy, technical term. The R and L triggers cycle through your physical attacks and spells, and use Y to go through your list of attacks, and then you can use your attacks with A. Spells and focus attacks require you to hold down A until a ring appears, and then you select where you want your attack unleashed. Nice and simple and extremely fun. Where this gets even more entertaining is when you use fuse spells together to create a completely new spell. For example, Fire and Blizzard creates Gravity, a whole new attack. At the end of each dungeon you get to select an artifact. This can be from increasing your health by an extra heart, increasing your magic defense, strength and more. The character progression is different to your standard Final Fantasy game or RPG, so this is a breath of fresh air as you're essentially choosing what you level up. Visually the graphics are very dated, however I really like them. Final Fantasy IX is my favourite Final Fantasy after recently playing through it again, and the art style is very similar, which I like. If you're not a fan of RPGs or Final Fantasy though, and this is your first time playing this type of game, you may be put off by the visuals, but again, as I said, I think they're very pleasing on the eye, especially for Final Fantasy IX fans. I always really enjoy the music composed in Final Fantasy games, and that's no different in Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered. They've done a really good job here. Now let's just have a listen of the music. Value-wise, this is on the eShop for £24.99 or your regional equivalent, which I think is a fair price. You can't charge £50 for a remastered game. The game's been out for years and years, and I feel £24.99 is fair as you get a nice bit of content here in the game to keep you playing for hours on end. But if you're not a Final Fantasy fan, but this does pique your interest, maybe wait for a sale to see if you get a percentage off the release price. Overall, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered is a solid remaster and great fun playing online. I was shocked with how easy it is to party up. There's pretty much always someone doing the dungeons you want to do, but not sure if that's due to it being a brand new game. This will likely drop off in the coming months. The gameplay is what makes the game shine in its art style. It's just a really fun, cute looking game. So overall, I'm giving the game a 7 out of 10. I would score it higher, but I feel this may potentially be one of those games that you won't be going back to after a month or so, as it can be repetitive quite quickly. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more content, as it really helps the channel, and until next time, see you later.